From showing some shoulder to as wild as wearing pants, the Duggar kids grew up under some pretty strict rules. But hey, rules are meant to be broken, right?
Which we try, and so that was a real hard try.
Jill gets a nose piercing. In this family, any sort of body modification such as tattoos and piercings are considered a huge no-no, but big sis Jill seems to disagree. Back in 2017, Jill was not scared to post this adorable selfie with her little ones, but fans were quick to zoom in and see Jill had a small diamond through her nose. After lots of speculation of if the piercing was fake or not, it was pretty much confirmed to be real after she continued to post selfies with it till this day. Many were in total shock that she would go against her family's traditional values, but Jill does not care to comment back. But who knows what type of repercussions there are from her parents. She's too old to be put in timeout, but apparently Mama Michelle has a pretty bad temper that she never lets out on TV. And honestly, I would be a bit scared to see it considering she has a super sweet persona on screen. Jana admits to dancing. As silly as it sounds, the Duggar parents do not allow dancing of any kind as they believe it could be out of hand, if you know what I mean. But in a 2019 episode of Counting On, Jana admitted to dancing. Gasp. She said that she may have danced once or twice in her childhood. But how do you prevent kids from enjoying music? Dad Jim Bob says he understands that the kids will jump for joy to songs on their own, so this is why he's super controlling over what types of music is played in their household. So did their weddings just have no dance floor? But Jana is not the only Duggar to break this rule. Sister Jinger says she expanded her taste to popular music and even listens to Kanye West.
I think will be sweet memories from now on.
Joanna gave her husband a hug after he proposed. The Duggar family are strong believers in courtship and have lots of rules to go along with them. One of these rules being no hugs. Side hugs are considered alright, but don't even think about going for a front-facing hug in front of Jim, Bob, and Michelle. But Joanna broke this rule after giving her now hubby a big, long hug, thinking no one would find out, but not realizing that cameras were rolling. Yikes. Hopefully Michelle and Jim Bob were too ecstatic over the engagement to even care about a big hug. But it makes me wonder what other rules have been broken in secret. Joanna's husband Austin said in the Counting On reunion,
We're humans and sometimes we don't always abide perfectly by our rules.
You go, Austin. Jill is caught drinking. After leaving the reality TV world in 2017, Jill Duggar gave herself space from her family to work on building her own, which includes building her own rules that even go against her strict fam. Jill posted this date night pic that was seemingly innocent, but fans were quick to spot the oh-so-fancy beverage next to her plate of food. When asked in the comments what the drink was, she responded by saying it was a pina colada. Regular or virgin? One fan asked when she confirmed that it was actually a regular pina colada. Whoa, Jill, don't get too crazy. Joanna hugs for more than 3 seconds. Well, we already know that only side hugs were allowed before marriage, but did you know they actually have a time limit?
It's so beautiful.
You're here.
It's good to see Joy.
On a 2017 episode of Counting On, Joanna admitted to breaking quite a few courtship rules with Austin.
But it was just because we were busy with other things.
She confessed to staying up past curfew, talking on the phone with him, and even worse, giving him a side hug for over 3 seconds. Oh my, the horror. But this rule doesn't just apply to courtship. Even Michelle gives her children side hugs, and they certainly are quick. Jim Bob says that a side hug is a good medium between being too close and too distant to distract from any urges. But why would Michelle hugging her own children matter? And when have we ever seen Jim Bob giving the kids hugs? Jana travels without a chaperone. Out of all the Duggar siblings, Jana Duggar tends to do her own thing. While her brothers and sisters are getting married and having children before the age of 20, Jana tries to take things slow. Even in her 30s, Jana still lives at home after a few failed courtships. She is allowed to leave the house, but when she does, she's expected to have a chaperone with her. This rule was set in place to make sure none of the kids accidentally did something inappropriate. But at Jana's age, she does not care to break the rules. Back in 2020, Jana's Instagram was popping with photos of herself on vacation, but without her family. But hey, with this smile, there's no way we can't be happy for her for being a rule breaker. Jinger dyes her hair blonde. Sticking to their traditions, all the Duggar boys and girls have a similar look, until one of them decides to break the rules and stand out. Steering away from their long brunette look, Jinger cut and dyed her hair blonde, and she honestly looks gorgeous.
Do you like it?
That looks beautiful.
Being the first sibling to do anything drastic with her hair, fans were absolutely shocked. She dyed her hair right before moving to Los Angeles with her husband Jeremy, who's taking classes and working as a pastor. So I guess it's a little too late for Michelle to budge in now, right? But this did not stop the other sisters from following Ginger's lead and making some drastic hair changes. Back in 2019, Jill, who was known for her extremely long hair, cut off 14 inches. After having long locks for nearly 2 decades, it was certainly wild to see this change on her. I can't even imagine what Michelle would look like if she cut hers. Josiah broke up with his girlfriend. Breakups already suck as is, but with a family that believes in everlasting love, there is so much more pressure. Michelle and Jim Bob raised their children to begin courtship as a teen with strict rules and then get married to that same person soon after, where some of the rules can be loosened up. But right after the cancellation of 19 Kids and Counting, it was spilled that Josiah broke up with his then-girlfriend, Marjorie Jackson. When asked why, Josiah said they had a great time together but wanted to follow God's lead on everything. Very secretive. But there was later a big theory that Marjorie was just using Josiah for the TV clout, which certainly does not go along with the Duggar family values. So maybe Josiah's family can understand why this breakup was for the best. Jinger wears pants. The Duggar family are certainly recognizable for their taste in fashion. Modesty is huge for the family, so the girls had a very strict dress code to follow. From a young age on, Michelle always dressed her girls in super long skirts and dresses, so they never really questioned it, until Jinger decided to be the first of the girls to do the unthinkable. Wear pants. She wrote in her book, The Hope We Hold, Jinger says, I realized that biblical modesty is deeper and more profound than wearing skirts instead of pants. She jokes that she can certainly follow what her Bible says while still wearing pants. She has since been rocking jeans on her Instagram, and even some of her sisters have become inspired to expand their fashion. Jill Duggar has been spotted in pants, and Jana has even shared photos of herself wearing shorts. Jill wears a swimsuit. If pants are seen as a crime in this household, I can't even imagine how much trouble you would get in for wearing a bikini. But Jill Duggar tested the waters as she posted rocking some swimwear showing off lots of leg and gasp, even her shoulders. But her family was surprisingly supportive of Jill breaking this huge family rule. Joanna commented, "You're beautiful, Jill," as many of her supported fans chimed in with how happy they are to see Jill living her best life. And a lot of fans appreciated that even though she was wearing swimwear, it was still considered to be much more modest than an itsy-bitsy bikini that many would consider normal to wear. These pics appear to be taken in Jill's backyard and not a public setting, but we are loving this confidence for her. Despite having strict rules growing up, the kids are certainly not scared to break them now with their spouses and kids. If you were in the Duggar family, which rule would be the hardest for you to follow? I would definitely say the no dancing rule for me, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And be sure to subscribe to The Things Reality to stay caught up with your fave reality stars.